Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day. Gord, your hurtin' hippie, and if yesterday was my post-drome, today's a brand new migraine. Friends, if you didn't see yesterday's video, I talked about how I was hoping I was in the final stage of a long migraine, the post-drome. And everything pointed to that yesterday until the evening came along and the headache came back a bit and the neck ache got worse. And then evening, hey, I was doing okay. But this morning I woke with it just pounding harder than it has in days. So it's back, and I'll show you why. Right now, it's -1, with wind chill -4, going up to 5 or 6 degrees today and rain. And then tomorrow, we're going to back to below zero and snow. And then after that, although I've said it 3 times this month, after that, it says warm for at least a week. Now, the first 2 times I said it, Mum Nature called me a liar after telling our people that forecast, our meteorologists, that it looked like it was going to be warm for the next week. Mum Nature said, not in Calgary, no way. So if it looks dark today, I am not putting on the studio light. My eyes are far too sensitive. It's kind of bright outside, and even though it's not very cold, it was too bright. It was just too bright for this. So I decided to do it here. Pause the video for a second because my dog was making some noise and I thought was into stuff. And friends, hey, I am not looking at all for sympathy. Maybe a little bit of empathy. If you feel for me, I appreciate that. However, I am not sad. I will not let this get to me. I've been through it before. It is not something new. And I got through it then. I'll get through it now. In fact, let's just throw it to Gord of yesterday for a second, and he'll have a little talk with you, and then I will be right back. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Thanks for passing it to me, Gord. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I don't know what you're facing tomorrow, but as we've been told, today, fair. Tomorrow, warm and rain. And Wednesday, snow again. So today, Monday, right now, it's about 1 in the afternoon. It is 0 degrees and it feels like 0, just a slight cool wind, and it feels nice out here. Today, the mask is blue, and I only wear it when people are around because my mask doesn't protect me. My mask protects you. Your mask protects me. Doesn't matter if it's blue. I just had to rhyme. No, your mask is what protects me. So if you aren't wearing one, don't mind if I walk a block around you instead of past you. Peace and cheers, friends. See you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed that. I was having fun yesterday. I had a really, really nice walk. Lots of people with smiles. And yes, my friends, there will always be somebody who maybe is always a jerk, or maybe this environment is giving them something they can't deal with. So when you see people being difficult, having difficulty, either try to help them or let them be. Don't get angry at them, because we're all coping with something we've never coped with before. Severe loss of freedom is difficult for a lot of people. You know, I'm sitting here as I've lived in this home for almost 3 years now and 20 years in the previous one. So I sit, that's what I do. I have been on disability for over a decade. So although my ability to move around and do things has always been limited, it was limited by pain and circumstance, not by rule of law. And although, no, sorry for that. I just washed my hair. I don't usually put a hat on. Our government has not ordered us inside. There are rules around how we can be when we're outside, and because of the shutdown, especially here in Canada, because that's all I can speak to, because of it, there are no places to go, even if you were going somewhere. I used to, when I got bored with the locality, when I had shared enough of my walks with you all and shared the river enough times, I would hop the train because it's so close to me and go to a different part of the city and show you that. And I'm looking forward to this summer doing that. But right now, I do not want to travel on public transport. I may rethink that anyway. Maybe in the future, as the weather warms up and we still are held inside for a while, or held to social distancing, because you can still go outside, maybe what I'll do is take longer hikes. No, I was going to say take a taxi and go to a new place of the city and show you a bunch of stuff and then take a taxi back, but I'm not too sure. I didn't like taxis before there was a need for cleaning. They've never been the cleanest place to sit. And this is the fibro gourd. This is the fibro hippie. This is how my mind works when my mind is under attack by this fibromyalgia. You know, I looked it up because I really was having a good day yesterday. And I think that has helped my spirit when the headache has come back today, is I had a good day yesterday. So my spirit can be, hey, tomorrow can be a good day. The rest of today can be a good day. We're supposed to get rain. So tune in tomorrow, because I am hoping to get a fair walk in the warmer weather and maybe some more river shots, because it's the only place I can get nature right now. And man, when I hear that river going by, when I look down and I see trout in the water, it reminds me that nature is so beautiful, so beautiful. And I so miss nature. I've had dreams of buying a vehicle again, and we will see. It won't be this year, and the longer I put off owning a vehicle, the more money I have for that vehicle, and therefore, hopefully, don't get rooked. It's hard buying a used car. I am all over the place today, folks, because seriously, when fibro affects the neck and the head, when you get these awful migraines that are mostly caused by your neck pain and shoulder pain, my arthritis is really bad this week. When you get that, you get fog. And I am all over the place today. I've been trying to watch videos and having a difficult time. I've been trying to think of what do I share with you all. I'm sure I say this a few times. Whenever I complain, I feel guilty that I'm complaining. And then you all hit me with comments saying, Gord, don't. We like the hippie being honest and open, so you don't need to say sorry. So I won't. Sorry. It comes with being Canadian. And what else came from yesterday? Not really much. My son, Pasha, adjustments because of Corona. My life, I want to say my life has changed, and therefore maybe that's part of this head issue, is I know that there is serious and rather permanent change that, although I should have seen it coming, I wasn't prepared. I saw it coming. I did see it coming. I'll get to what it is. I did see it coming, and in fact warned myself. Yes, I said, hey, Gord. Yes, Gord. Warning. That was dumb. I had warned myself this was coming. And what I want to get at is, as you all know, I have 4 kids. 3 much older, and Pasha, who is 11 and a half, going on 25. Now, the reason I say that is I had one other child that was like that. Carrie, my oldest, who's near 40. She was always very, very mature for her age. So and remember, I raised my first 3 on my own without their mother. She was hardly in the picture at all. And usually if she did show up in the picture, it was a difficult time. I digress. I'm used to what to expect with a teenager. And I started seeing it when school started this year. I started seeing the transition of Pasha from young boy to young man. I think it started when he said, I used to call him my big, beautiful boy. And he started saying, Dad, not really a boy anymore, am I? And that's when I started realizing, but also, Pasha is very intelligent and has always been very mature for his age. So I knew that somewhere around 11, he was going to do what most boys do at 12 or 13, and he was going to do it rather quickly once he felt that independence and desire for independence. And what happens to teenagers about their parents? I'm used to this. Parents become this non sequitur. They become this entity in their lives that I have to live with them. And yeah, of course I love them, but I don't want to talk about that because they're such a pain, No matter how wonderful you are, their focus is somewhere else. And I was preparing myself for that because I was saying, you know what, right, for 3 years, my visiting of my son has been artificially enhanced because I'm a single dad, but he lives with his mom full time. I'm supposed to have visitation 2 days out of every 14. But for the last 3 years, I have been his after-school care. So I have basically seen him 12 of every 14 days instead of only seeing them 2 of 14 and being away 12 of 14. But I did tell myself sometime around Christmas, I was thinking, he just really loves this being alone. He has been even talking about maybe after school, if I don't have homework, Dad, I could just go home to my mom's house, even though she's working, because I'm old enough. So I knew it was coming. And then all of a sudden school hit. All of a sudden Rona hit. And school became home. He doesn't live here. And I knew at that moment that I would step into that new world that I was fearing, that he's going to become much more independent And because I'm the secondary home, I'm going to become much more separated from him. Not emotionally, but the physical separation was enhanced because now he's at home. He's doing his school at home. So she's there with him and helping him, and she knows what they're doing when they're doing. I don't. I have nothing to do with it. And I don't see him after school anymore because, well, school's only a few hours a day, and he's at home with his mom, and we're all kept inside. Once in a while, a walk. So I've gone from seeing him 12 of every 14 days for the last 3 years to back to what was the previous thoughts of normality. Is he's with his mom and he loves, like, this is not a sad thing, although it gets to me. It's not a sad thing. In fact, as a dad of a son, I'm proud as hell. He needs to be independent. And I grew up with this friendship with my mother that none of my other 3 siblings had. A closeness to her, a friendship with her. And I was unable to provide that for my 3 kids, my 3 older kids, because their mom wasn't around. I made a bad choice in a parent for them. And I always said to myself, this woman, my son is going to love her and adore her and be friends with her. So I do not begrudge this situation to her or him. I'm appreciative. I'm happy. And I'm glad that I shared this with you because I'm starting to feel better myself as well. Of course, there's a slight heavy heart, a melancholy when your children grow, an empty nest feeling when they separate more and more from you, but a pride that they have that strength, that you have given them the strength they need to take those extra steps. Pasha will never be somebody who's going to be offended or called a snowflake or have trouble in life because he has learned to grab the bull by the horns and be a strong person. So I'm proud of him, but just bear with me as I adjust to changes in my life where there's going to be a lot more freedom that I really just wasn't looking for yet. Friends, it's time for I have a couple of strange ones. We're getting near the end of little known facts of history. So they're getting okay. They're getting okay, but I promise you I'll research more and we'll start a new category soon. We're on number 92 of 100. And I don't read them all. The Soviet Union tried to snuff out the memory of Genghis Khan. During the Soviet-era rule of the late 20th century, simply mentioning the conqueror's name was a crime against the USSR. Soviets removed his history from school textbooks and outlawed pilgrimages to his birthplace of Khenti. After Mongolia gained their independence in the early 1990s, Genghis Khan was restored to his rightful place as national hero of Mongolia. He appeared in the art and pop culture as well as Mongolian currency. Interesting. It is the leaders that write the history. And it's not always objective. Next, ferrets, dogs, and monkeys were the most popular pets in Roman Empire. Rather than having cats to hunt down vermin like mice and rats, the Romans used ferrets. They also used dogs as sentries and guards. But they used monkeys for entertainment. Why? Because monkeys are funny. And this one I did not know. And it makes total sense. And I like ending on something good. Tablecloths were originally designed to be one big communal napkin. Yes, children wiping their mouths on tablecloths is a bugbear of many a nagging mother the whole world over. However, that was their original use. Guests were meant to wipe off their hands and faces on tablecloth after a messy feast. To not do this was bad manners. Isn't that interesting, folks? So, peace and cheers, love and harmony. We will catch you on the other side. And please, if you see someone without a smile, well, smile under your mask. Maybe they'll see it. Peace.